To the mountain outpost. We are coming to you guys from 8,000 feet here in Mammoth Lakes, California. We are starting off the Mammoth Trailfest for you guys this weekend with the Dragon's Back Ascent, which starts a little bit higher than we are here at 8,500 feet. From the start line, the runners will have 3.1 miles with 2,400 feet of climbing and a $3,400 prize purse waiting for them at the finish line. And I am joined today by, well, I'm MK Sullivan, and I'm joined today by my co-host, Danny Moreno, who is no stranger to this climb, living here in Mammoth Lakes, California.
Yeah, it's so cool to be a local and have this awesome event come here for the third year in a row. We are amongst Dragon's Back Ascent royalty. MK won the first annual Dragon's Back Ascent, and it's been really cool the last couple of years having the Golden Trail World Series. But this year, all eyes are just Mammoth Trail Fest, and well-deserved because this event has become huge just in 3 years alone.
Yeah, I mean, you probably train on this hill more than like most people in the area, I would imagine. So tell us a little bit just about, I guess, like what makes Dragon's Back special and what makes it maybe one of the hardest hill climbs. Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon's Back, I would say this year I probably ran it more than I ever have. But what makes it special is it's just such a quick way to get to the top of Pinnacle, Mammoth Mountain. Mammoth Mountain is one, I think it's the highest ski resort here in California. So to be able to climb to the top of it and take, a full panorama view of this part of the east side is really cool. But Dragon's Back, what's also pretty special about it is you get a lot of feet in such a short amount of time, like MK said, roughly 2,400 feet, over 3 miles. And it's a tough climb because it starts with some pretty sweet, steep switchbacks, which are pretty tough. Your heart rate gets going right from the start point. And then you have a pretty cool lava tube. This place, we're in the Caldera Valley, so a lot of our rock is volcanic. Mammoth Mountain itself is actually a dormant volcano. And so as you go up, the rock and the sand and the sediment just gets more crumbly, more thin, more fluffy. And we get more into that Eastern Sierra kitty litter is what we like to call it. It's very like grainy sand. And so you're not only going up in altitude, but the terrain is getting tougher and tougher as you go up.
Yeah, those last few switchbacks before the athletes will kind of get onto the service road that takes them to the summit itself are so brutal, like so slippery. But today, they might actually have some pretty decent conditions compared to most other days in the Sierras. We have some rain, which maybe isn't ideal for some people in terms of like, I don't know, comfortability, weather, but it will pack down that sand quite a bit. And so hopefully it's a little less kitty littery, maybe a little bit more just like regular dirt.
Yeah, it does pack it down a little bit for sure. It's going to help a lot, especially on that top part. I think something when it happens, like when it's cold as well, it helps pack it down.
Yeah.
I don't know the
frozen?
or the geology of that. Maybe we could bring in our house geologist at some point. Just kidding, folks. We don't have a geologist, but it is quite nice. We can find one. But yeah, it is a super iconic climb here. I would say if you are not here this weekend, if you ever come to Mammoth Lakes, like this is our iconic climb in the area. And so you should definitely check it out, whether you are watching on the live stream today or you come to the town in person at some point.
Yeah. Do we have some shots up right now of like the mountain itself? Yeah. Might as well.
And we're going to have a flyover here soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the first of 3 days. MK is going to be with you guys all 3 days through all the live streams, and I will be here for today's live commentary for the Dragon's Back Ascent. Sorry, we always call it a VK, but it's not. It's the Dragon's Back Ascent.
The hill climb.
The hill climb. And I will also be doing some recaps and preview shows today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Absolutely. Should we talk a little bit about some of these athletes that are lining up today for the hill climb?
Yes.
So on the women's side, we have our top returner in Pima Franchi, who, if you guys kept up with any of the Broken Arrow coverage earlier this year, you'll know who Pima is. She's a 12-year-old Ecuadorian athlete, absolute badass. She is our top returner here at Dragon's Back. She was third last year. and 5th this year at the Broken Arrow Ascent. So
yeah. She was 5th at a very, very stacked Broken Arrow Ascent.
A U.S. qualifier.
U.S. qualifier, and there happened to be a lot of Golden Trail World Series athletes who were there that decided to double both in the Broken Arrow climb and then also the 23K. So getting 5th there is huge. To me, she is the one to beat. She already has experience on this trail, and she just seems like a great climber, which I think is great for a 12-year-old to focus on. We also have 2 other finishers from the women's top 10 last year. We have Alexandra Ciochetti from Boise, Idaho. Welcome back, Alexandra. That is super cool that you're coming all the way from Idaho. She was 4th in last year's Ascent. And then from Montana, another out-of-stater, we have Nicole Murray from Whitehall, Montana, who was 6th last year. So who we would consider kind of our top 3 contenders. None of them are from California or the area.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. Tim Tolfson has already gone global.
And just some other names we'll be watching out for on the women's side are Lauren Kleppen. She's a 2:28 marathoner, 1:10 and a half. Sarah Kushner was 17th at Broken Arrow 46K this year. Peyton Below was 1st at American River 50K this year. And Sophia Diddy from Costa Mesa, California, was 2nd at the Sean O'Brien 50K. And on the women's side here, our course record is... I'm going to say technically it's probably Laura Hamilton because the course did change the year after I did it. I'm still listed as the course record holder, but it's a bit longer now. So Laura Hamilton ran 45:51 on this course in 2023. And that, I think, is what we're going to use as our women's course record.
What was the winning time last year?
I don't know, but it's 24. Oh, actually, just kidding. Abby Locke at 43:53 from last year would be the course record. So
nice. And look at this flyover, folks. So today there is some rain in the forecast, so the race got moved up for the runner's safety. As we know, rain often comes from clouds. Clouds can originate from thunderstorms. And here in the mountains, the weather, especially this time of year, you want to put safety first as it could change very quickly. And the higher you go up in altitude, the colder it gets. Here they are assembling at the start line.
Yeah. I think there was a little concern about lightning too, right?
Yeah, and lightning is very scary.
Yes. On the men's side of this hill climb, I keep wanting to call it the VK, before we get started, we have returner Chad Hall, who has won this race twice or just once? Just once. So Chad Hall won the race the first year that it was run in 2022. And he will be doing the Triple Crown this weekend. I think he's attempted to do the Triple Crown a couple of times, but maybe this will be his first time finishing it. I don't think he's finished the Triple Crown yet. And Andy Wacker from Boulder, Colorado, just won the A-Basin Cirque, was 9th at the Broken Arrow 23K. We've got Grant Colligan from Golden, Colorado, was 4th at A-Basin Cirque, 4th at the GoPro 20K this year, and 13th at the Broken Arrow 23K. Coleman Cragen from Perry, Utah, 8th at the Broken Arrow 46K this year. Those are kind of our top contenders, I'd say.
Yeah, and then just a couple of other names. Noah Reed from Washoe Valley, Nevada, Taylor Bowden, Allens Park, Colorado, Joshua Ernest, Breckenridge, Colorado, and Sean Price, Long Beach, California, which is pretty cool. I grew up in Downey, so love seeing that SoCal love up here in the Eastern Sierra. So a lot of folks from Colorado, to be honest, are going to be trying to, I imagine, chase down Chad Hall and Andy Wacker, who I admittedly think will be battling it up in the front, which will be really cool to see. So yeah, just look at those absolute beautiful views. I would say being here and living here, this is the first week where it started to feel like fall.
Yeah.
And last night we had a friends get together and we were all saying something we were grateful for. And for us to finally have some clean air, we were getting a lot of smoke from the Garnet fire just on the other side of the Sierra. and it finally is over 90% contained. So shout out to all those firefighters and volunteers and first responders who are helping that, because selfishly here on the east side, we were struggling with that air. And so it's really cool to have it all clear up just in time for the pinnacle event here, Mammoth Trail Fest.
Yeah, race director Tim Tollefson sent out an email, I think just like maybe 3-4 days ago, the final little countdown to Mammoth Trail Fest, and they were obviously a little bit concerned about having to cancel some of the events if the AQI was over 150 here, but perfect timing. I mean, it's been a little bit more clear this week anyways, but this rain has really tamped down a lot of the remaining particles in the air, and hopefully will also be helping with the Garnet fire over the hill. So
yeah, no, I couldn't agree more.
We've got a little less than 5 minutes until go time.
Oh, and we're about to do a flyover of the course, which we're really excited about, to give you guys a more in-depth view of this course. So here we are starting. There's those first couple of switchbacks that I was referring to. They're very, very quite steep. Then they'll be moving horizontally across the mountain as they head over to the lava tube, which this is such an iconic spot just for great photos and to take in some local geology. And then you have this final push up, what we call the dragon's spine, aka the dragon's back of Dragon's Back. And that's where you gain the most feet per mile before you finally finish off with a nice little sprint there to the finish on top. And I can tell you, even though it's flat, it feels like death.
Yeah. Because at that point, you're just about at 11,000 feet, with the summit being just over 11,000 feet. So, and you've obviously climbed up this incredible mountain, so your legs are quite lactic, I would imagine.
Quite lactic.
Like I said, the year I ran it, we did not have to go on that little runnable section, and I'm glad, because I remember getting to the finish line and being like,
I'm done.
I'm done. But it is cool to be able to finish on the summit itself.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, so cool. And yeah, really, I think that would also give them a chance to hit some of those Strava crowns too, which as a local, I love when people from out of town come and take Strava records, because it gives me something to shoot for when I'm training.
So make it harder.
Make it as hard as possible.
That's funny. Yeah, we've got the Dragon's Back Alt Ascent here on Strava. That's basically,
I would say, the race.
Yeah, the most of the race.
And who has that record right now?
I do.
Oh. Pima about to give you a run for your money.
Yeah. My PR is 38:13. And so it's basically from like the bottom of those switchbacks that we were shown at the beginning of the flyover up to the weather tower, which is right before the runnable road section.
No, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So I also just want to point out, for those that have not visited Mammoth Lakes before, they are starting at Twin Lakes and actually running between them. Here they are accumulating at the start line. This is so exciting. What do you think we're about to see? I feel like it's pretty funny, because I would say that both Chad Hall and Andy Wacker run very similarly in their racing style, where they just like punch it from the gun.
Yeah.
And something that I'm really excited about is that both of these men honestly were in a bit of an injury cycle, all of last year. And it wasn't until recently that Chad Hall finally raced again, healthy. And then obviously we know that Andy has been on a tear this year. And so, yeah, folks, it's not over until you say it is over, is basically what I'm saying. Chad Hall here at the age of 37, and then Andy Wacker, I want to say is mid-30s as well, 36. Just absolutely crushing it still in these very high VO2, very lactic short races.
Yep, and I think Chad Hall's training for the Kodiak 100K right now, which is why he's doing the triple. So he's using these races as a training run, but that does not mean that it's going to be any slower for him, I think. So it'll be exciting to see these two duke it out, because Chad's obviously training for 100K. Andy has been ripping it on the roads.
Yeah.
So
here we go.
All right.
So you can see that Chad and Andy are there on the left. Chad is in the blue tights. Andy is wearing the hat to the left of him. And then
And
Pima,
Pima, yep.
is right there on the right side. 12-year-old. Love that she's on the front of this start line
take
right
that
here.
front spot.
You take that front spot, Pima.
We got 15 seconds to go. Tim Tollefson there giving people some last-minute advice, hopefully.
Yes.
With his cowbell. And they're off. Right on
There
time.
we go. Not a second to spare. So they'll cross over this asphalt, and then they'll hit those first set of switchbacks. Nice. So 332 runners taking the line today, taking on the challenge of the iconic Dragon's Back. This is just so exciting. It always fills my heart to see people here in Mammoth Lakes. Whoop, whoop. A little bit of hype in there. Let's go.
Some fist pumps.
Some fist pumps. And it's really nice to see everyone in the proper gear as they head into the clouds.
Yeah, it's going to be, I imagine it's probably pretty windy up there.
Yeah.
It's like even on a mostly clear day. Oh, we got somebody
we got little.
packing a little up the hill. We love to see that.
Pima might not be the youngest finisher today.
Nope. But yeah, even on a clear day, it's usually ripping wind at the top of the mountain. So I'm sure once they get around that kind of ridge section onto the final switchbacks, it's going to be pretty windy.
So here we have the front men, it looks like. I don't see any women in that group. Oh my gosh, I am very envious of their conditions. They're about to rip some very fast times right now.
It looks perfect.
They are moving. As someone who basically has this section of the course memorized in her brain, they are sneaky switchbacks. Would you agree?
Yes, these first switchbacks hurt so bad. Every time I have tried to like run Dragon's Back for like a workout, I get started on this and I'm like, okay, we're going to go out and we're going to get this done. And then I'm immediately hiking as hard as I can
Yeah,
instead of running. I think the only time I've run these switchbacks is probably the year that I raced it.
Well, most of them average between 20 and 30%, actually. So when I'm looking to replicate Europe, sometimes I'll just run up and down these switchbacks, which is really cool. Wow, these views are absolutely insane.
The darkness of the dirt from
Yeah.
the rain makes those trees pop today.
And you could see the fall color starting to come in. I'm pretty sure that is Chad up in front, just based off of the running profile. Chad has some of the most beautiful running form I've ever seen. Just extremely smooth.
Losing them a little bit here in the trees, but that's all right.
I'm really glad they all wore white, actually, because it's popping out.
It's not helpful for us identifying you, but it is helpful for us to see you in the trees. Yeah, I'd be curious what like the average grade of Dragon's Back is, because it seems like most of it's like around 15 to 20%, but then every once in a while you pop up to like 30%. All right.
There they go, crisscrossing. So once they stop appearing to switch back, I actually know that section they're about to do. So they're actually about to come out of the switchbacks right here. They'll come through a little rocky section, pass through these last bits of trees, and then it'll look like they're going straight for a second, and then they'll be taking a sharp right.
And that section is kind of like a little bit flat into a downhill, right? Before you pop back up.
Exactly, yeah. Very quickly.
Yeah.
So if you're just joining us today, this is the Dragon's Back Ascent, the first event, the kickoff of Mammoth Trail Fest, the third edition of the Trail Fest, and this is the first
This is the fourth edition.
This is the fourth
Yeah,
edition?
22 was the first year.
Wow.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
the fourth edition. That's
Time's
right.
flying.
Oh my gosh, the fourth edition of the Mammoth Trail Fest, and they just started the Dragon's Back Ascent, where they roughly start at 8,500 feet and climb up to 11,053 feet to the top of Mammoth Mountain.
There's our finish line for you, folks. It is looking
windy,
and cloudy.
windy.
I think we had planned to have some drones up top, and it's like it's not happening because it's looking a little nasty up high. but that's okay.
Nasty,
Sometimes-
but like in a cool way.
Yeah. Yeah. but like in a cool
Like
way.
nasty.
No, honestly, when Danny picked me up this morning, I got in the car and I said, this is perfect Dragon's Back weather because it's not really too cold down here at 8,000 feet. I'm sure it will be much colder up high, but it's like not too cold. I feel like usually when this race is run, it's almost like a little warm. And yeah, like we were talking about earlier with the sand, it's almost better if it's wet because it's a little bit packed down.
Yeah, she did say that. She's not making it up. So the drone is still following the lead men, and as you could see, they just finished that slight downhill, and now they are moving horizontal across the mountain, and they look already a little bit spread out, which I'm not surprised.
And this section, I would argue, is where you can probably do the most running. It's a little bit more gradual of a climb than those switchbacks and the volcano. What were you calling it? Tube?
The tube, yeah.
Yeah, the tube.
The
'cause
lava tube.
The lava tube gets a little bit rocky, and like you can run it, but it's a little bit exposed, a little bit rocky, and like weird. So this is kind of a section where you can make up a lot of time if you are smart.
Feeling good if
Yeah.
you're smart, yeah.
If you're smart on those first few switchbacks.
Having run Dragon's Back quite a bit, I've actually, for myself, based on my strengths, I usually will kind of, in quotes, float this section before I get into climbing again.
Just trying to be smooth.
Just smooth, smooth, smooth. So that appears to be the first 5 or 6 men. All right, they're climbing up. You could kind of see in that right-hand corner. We haven't seen any women just yet.
That we can tell.
That we can tell, yeah.
But I don't think that Pima would be this close to them at this point, if I had to guess. Okay. Can we identify any of these white shirts here?
That looks like Andy in front, actually.
Yeah, I
with
think
the
that's a
hat
hat.
and blue shorts. So leading right now, that is Andy Wacker of Boulder, Colorado.
And he's putting some decent space on the next 4 guys there.
Because that looks like Chad, actually. They're in second place with the belt. And we haven't been able to identify third place just yet.
I wonder if any of our camera runners will be able to identify them. Oh, I think we're getting close to losing the drone shots. The clouds are coming
Potentially,
in.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's definitely Andy.
Wow, Andy is moving. So this is kind of another, we will say it very lightly, in quotes, runnable section. So he is now going also kind of horizontal, and at this point it's between 10 and 15% grade. So he's making it look like a track, but it is not.
I don't think that's Chad in second. That looks like another hat.
No, I think Chad moved to third now.
Yeah.
And he just got passed,
with the naked
actually.
belt on. Yeah.
So if anyone knows who second place might be, feel free to throw it in the chat. I feel like this is actually really cool.
Yeah.
Maybe pray that the drone will make it through the clouds. Again, thank you, gentlemen up front, for wearing white and black and pops.
It's working.
So what is the men's course record that we're looking at? Because I have a idea or a hunch they might actually beat it today.
Yeah, let me.
Or they have a really good chance.
Um,
Remy Bonet.
it's Remy's. Yeah, it's Remy
Okay.
Bonet's at 33:18.
That is mental.
So if they do break that record, even on a rainy day, that is a
stout record.
Stout record.
Yeah, it's so hard. So Remy Bonet is a Swiss athlete who represents Red Bull and Solomon, and he is considered one of the best climbers to ever exist in our sport. With that being said, he was running this just the day before, 2 days before a Golden Trail World Series race. So I don't know if he finished leaving all his eggs in the basket. I remember seeing he put a really good push.
Yeah.
But regardless, this is an incredible time.
All right, whoever our second place male is here in the white hat is starting to
Close on Andy.
close on Andy a bit. Did anyone in the chat have a trailfest?
Some names or gentlemen I would be looking out for are Grant Cooligan of Golden, Colorado. I mean, he just was 4th at A Basin. Andy Wacker has just won A Basin. These are the Cirque Series races out in Colorado. He was 4th at GoPro 20K and 13th at Broken Arrow 23K. And Broken Arrow was a Golden Trail World Series race. To finish in the top 15 there, quite stout. So I would guess it's him or Coleman Cragen of Perry, Utah.
Who was 8th at Broken Arrow 46K this year.
Another incredible race this year.
Oh, it's interesting that we have this shot, because this is pretty high up.
I think because it's a still shot, though.
Yeah.
So the camera's on. Yeah, which is awesome. Wow, just look at that dirt, you guys. This is some good dirt.
Danny's like, can I do a workout
yeah,
today?
can I do a workout today? My toe is broken, but that looks nice. Okay.
So this is, the still shot that we have is the next camera that we'll see them on, because I think we've lost our drone a bit in the cloud. And this is about a mile down from the summit. So they'll still have quite a bit of racing by the time they get here, which I would guess would be relatively soon, because we're 11 minutes into this race. I would say it's going to take them, we just said course record's 33 minutes. On the high end, I'd say 37. So they're closing in on about halfway into the race.
Yes, the lead men. We unfortunately haven't seen any of the lead women just yet. But yeah, having run this route quite a bit with it being in my backyard, this is an interesting section. I feel if someone looks like they're moving well, they actually can make up, I would say, between like 2 and 4 minutes by the time they get to the summit. If other people around them didn't pace themselves as well, because once you get past this camera, which now we're zooming in to try and see the men.
We do have a comment from the chat from Tyler Cragen saying that second is Coleman Cragen.
Oh.
So, well,
nice.
If he's still in second, he may have caught Andy by the time we see them again. But white hat is Coleman Cragen.
Thank you, Tyler. That is awesome. So Coleman Cragen was 8th this year at the Broken Arrow Sky Race 46K.
Which was a U.S. team qualifier. And that race was incredibly stacked. He finished just ahead of Cole Campbell, who recently won the USATF 50K Trail Championships for the second year in a row, and Nick Handel, who was 11th at OCC a couple of years ago. But that race was incredibly stacked. So, awesome. Welcome, Cole, to Mammoth Trail Fest. Seems like this might be Coleman's first year trail running, just based on his ultra sign up. He won the Red Mountain 50K. Oh, wait, that's confusing. This says 50K, 30K, and trail. Oh, he won the 30K. Earlier this year, he was 4th at the Canyons Endurance 50K. That is a more impressive result to me than even the Broken Arrow one, because that race was incredibly stacked this year on the men's side. And then, 8th at the Broken Arrow Sky Race. So,
well, Coleman, you are permanently noted in my brain, because those are some incredible results for your first year, what appears to be your first year of trail running. It looks like perhaps he is Southern Utah alumni.
That's a good old Hayden Hawks.
Is that where
stomping ground? Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, wow.
All right, we've got some nice clouds up there for the athletes. Let's see if we've got any updates from...
So, yes, folks, if you guys are joining us, we are 14 minutes into the Dragon's Back Ascent, the first event of a fun-filled weekend of the 4th edition of Mammoth Trail Fest here in Mammoth Lakes, California. MK is going to be with you guys all week. I'll be in and out periodically. But right now, what we have seen so far is some of the lead men through roughly halfway through the race. I imagine we'll actually be seeing them quite soon on this camera. So far, we know that Coleman Cragen is currently leading the Ascent with Andy Wacker in close tow.
Yeah, the last we saw, Andy had put a bit of a lead on the team of men behind him, but Coleman was coming in hot. So I'm going to assume that Coleman has caught him by the time we get here. But we did not see any of the lead women, or we may have, but it was hard to tell from the drone shots. But our top returner from last year is Pima Franchi, who is a 12-year-old phenom from Ecuador. And Alexandra Schiochetti from Boise, Idaho, was 4th here last year. So they were 3rd and 4th last year, coming back to see who can win this time around.
Yes. No, I'm excited. I did quickly look up Alexandra on Instagram. She looks to be a brunette. And then I will look up Nicole Murray so we can keep an eye out. But for anyone who's in the chat who might be family and friends, if you see one of your runners, please feel free to drop their names so we can give them a shout out. And I looked it up. Coleman Cragen. Do you think it's Cragen? I almost want to call him the Kraken.
The Kraken.
But I don't know. I'd have to ask him
Coleman
if he'd
the Kraken.
like that. Coleman the Kraken. But he has PRs of 29:29 and 14:11.
All right.
So got some speed in those legs.
It makes sense that we're seeing him and Andy Wacker up front because Andy's also a speedster. And as we know from covering and watching many of these uphill races, having flat, fast speed is very, very helpful. Chad Hall, also someone who has run incredibly fast. So it wouldn't be surprising to see the three of them up top. We have a question of what are the Ascent CRs here. The men's CR is 33:18 from Remy Bonnet in 2024. And the women's CR is Abby Locke, 43:53 from 2024 as well.
Wish I would definitely say we're on course for record watch for the men and the women as well. Pima was a 3rd place finisher here last year. She has some great conditions. She knows what to expect. And we got some great returners, as we just mentioned, who also finished in the top 10. I would imagine her pushing her. And then I love being surprised. So I'd love to see some women out there that we didn't see in the preview. So yeah, praying for some surprises.
All right, and Alexandra, I apologize, your last name is pronounced Schicchetti.
Oh, cool.
Thank you, Leith, I'm probably saying your name wrong too, I'm sorry.
Leith, tell us how to say your name now. But yeah, you guys, MK and I are very excited to be here. This is our first time at the helm by ourselves. If you guys don't know, we have our own podcast called the Sub Hub Podcast, where we focus on all races below the marathon, below the 50K, but we also focus on the 50K because the 50K sometimes gets overlooked. But yeah, do you want to tell them about the podcast?
We've been doing the podcast for like 3 years now almost, which is crazy. But yeah, if you guys are ever interested in following along in these like shorter races, which we are so fortunate to have a couple of festivals in the U.S. here that are pretty much like sub-ultra festivals in a way. We try our best to cover as many of the American events as well as bigger European events or I guess world events for you guys so that, you know, the sub-ultra athletes just get a little bit more love.
Yes. We love those short trail events.
And we actually have some like exciting stuff coming out this week. Some collab with Grayson Murphy and her company that we're very excited about, Wild Strides. So hopefully we'll be coming out or at you guys with some new stuff here at Mammoth Trail Fest. Maybe giving out some stuff to these winners. We'll see.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more.
All right, we're 19 minutes into this race. I feel like we should be seeing the top men on this camera like pretty much any moment now because this still frame that we have is about a mile from the summit and the race is 3.1 miles total.
Roughly, yes.
Roughly, with 2,400 feet of gain. So even if the men are not running course record today, they should be relatively close to this spot.
It's a little, I mean, Pima last year at this point, roughly, give or take, hit it in 32 minutes.
Okay. but I wonder if we can find.
So maybe they'll be coming in closer to 22, probably in the next 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, let me find Remy's Strava real quick and see when he came through.
So for those of you who are watching who maybe have not been to Mammoth Trail Fest but are Mammoth Trail Fest curious, this is an awesome mountain festival that Tim Tollefson, quite a legend in the sport of trail running, has put together, which happens over the course of 4 days. We have a movie premiere that happened last night with Craft. There's dancing, interviews, etc. But most of all, there's the vibes and the awesomeness that comes with each of the race distances, which include this Dragon's Back Ascent, a 10K
we got a green
later
light
tonight, a kids race, a 50K, and a 23K.
All right. Okay, well, this
I'm
system
having to do a
is a
little
go.
bit of extra work to find Remy's thing here because you want to know something crazy.
Is it?
His Dragon's Back alt CR is actually from the 23K or the 26K.
Oh, I know.
Not from the actual Dragon's Back.
When I was
itself.
looking at that first, so there's a lot of Strava segments on this climb, but there's two main climb, folks. There's the alternative, which goes through the lava tube, and then there's actually a second route that goes straight up the mountain, more to the left, or it actually curves a little bit left, but it's slightly longer. But a lot of the records when I was looking at it, because Mammoth Trail Fest was the Golden Trail World Series, as World Series event the last couple years are from the 23K.
It's crazy.
Which is crazy.
It makes me
sense.
feel really good that I still have the women's somehow because, okay, so Remy was at this estimated-ish spot sometime around 23, 22 minutes.
Okay.
When he
set the record.
Last year. So, I'd say within the next minute or two, we'll have our men coming through. We're almost at 22 minutes into the race here. A little bit bummed that we couldn't get more drone footage for you guys, but honestly, perfect day for the athletes. I'm sure nobody's complaining about no heat, a little bit of fall weather.
Yeah. The only thing that I can imagine being a little bit tough is if an athlete has never run Dragon's Back. This fog can get a little heady and thick. Yeah.
Oh, heady for sure.
Because the trail itself is clear if you could see all of the dirt. Because it's that kitty litter, when you often look across the horizon, you could see kind of a lighter path. But if you don't have that reference point, so I hope they have their courses uploaded into their Coros watches, which is one of the presenting sponsors of Mammoth Trail Fest, or at least they had the Coros maps on the website.
Yeah. One of their watches. But I mean, there are some sections of this that are kind of exposed too, but nothing that is so scary that a little bit of fog would make it worse, I don't think.
Yeah, no.
Unless you're already afraid of heights, like myself.
That's why MK doesn't do sky running, folks, because too scary. Too
scary.
Much exposure. That fight or flight kicks in.
Yeah.
I need to go down the mountain. But again, folks, they're coming up to 11,000 feet. Something that's really cool is that Mammoth is actually the highest ski resort in California. And because it's so high, the snow often sticks longer. And so it's often open the longest in California. It'll regularly be open until the 4th of July. A historic winter that we had, the winter of 23.
Eyes on Liedman. You can keep going, though.
In the winter of 23, the snow, I think the mountain stayed open almost until Labor Day. So if you're looking for a fun place to explore both in the winter and the summer, come to Mammoth Lakes. And it sounds like we do have some lead men that the camera person has identified or seen out in the distance, so we should be seeing them very soon.
We're facing up the mountain on this, right? Or are
Down.
they coming? They're coming
They're
towards us.
going to come towards us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Don't get blurry on us now. Oh, they're zooming in for us, but... Oh, that's a white hat, so I believe that is Coleman Cragen, leading our men's race here. These switchbacks are kind of brutal, too, because there's a couple of, just really annoying chunky rocks out there that you got to kind of, hop up onto.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Coleman the Kraken Kragen. I hope he likes his new nickname.
If you don't, we won't use it again.
We
But
won't
for
use it
today,
again. Just
we're gonna
today.
use
Yeah.
it.
It's misty, it's wet. It kind of seems like a
Ooh,
sailor
I
story.
like it.
But Coleman is looking great, folks. Look at that arm movement. He's still using them.
A little relaxed.
Looking relaxed, hiking when it feels necessary. But the fact that he was able to just run up that little bit, I definitely usually power hike that.
Yeah, because those rocks are, I mean, we're probably a little shorter than him, I would imagine, but those rocks are just tall enough.
And he came in roughly
Ooh.
across the camera in 25 minutes. No one currently in sight. Wow. All right, we just got another gentleman in
I
sight.
think that's Andy based on darker hat.
Yes, I would say so as well.
Yeah. So Coleman put quite a bit of time on Andy in the lava tube. What time did you say he came through the camera?
25 minutes.
Was that okay? Cool.
As he was passing the camera.
Yeah.
Andy also looking great. Andy Wacker, I would say, as far as American sub ultra running goes, is on my Mount Rushmore. This guy has won so many USATF titles, has represented Team USA. I've lost count. But him and Joe Gray, I would heavily thank for pushing this sport forward, and Andy has taken it a step forward beyond his own results and has created the trail team, which is just such a great community aspect of our sport where he's recruited collegiate athletes. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually recruited Coleman.
Yeah.
And yeah, Andy's just an overall great human being.
I remember when we first interviewed Andy at the beginning of the trail team, just like about why he started it, and he made the comment, I absolutely love representing Team USA and winning titles, but I can't keep doing this forever.
Yeah.
We got to get more talent in here. And he has done a great job of just that. So
Yeah, and he has represented, like, when you are pushed and you really embrace that iron sharpens iron, we go further together mentality. I mean, Andy is running faster than he ever has at the age of 36.
Yeah.
All right.
we got Chad Hall,
Chad Hall.
third place. So all three of our speedsters, no surprise. Oh, but he's got somebody right behind him. Who's this white? Two people right behind him. If anybody in the chat knows who these white hats are, let us know.
And Chad Hall is taking on the triple this weekend. So this is the first of 3 events. All of these athletes
Let's see if we
looking
can see
great.
some names. I think that's Grant in 4th.
That looked like maybe a J.
I thought it was a G.
Oh, maybe that's Joshua Ernest from Breckenridge, Colorado.
Oh, the guy in 5th?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's Grant in 4th. Maybe Josh Ernst in 5th. And then we've got a 6th athlete right on their tail, too. This is going to be a close little race for 3rd place.
Yeah, definitely. We love a fight for that last podium spot. As a perennial 3rd placer, it is it's a special place in my heart to fight for 3rd place.
All right, let's see if we can grab this guy's name as well. I do love when we have names on bibs.
Oh, it's so much easier versus numbers.
Oh, we're a little scrunched, though.
Just swing your right hip in front of the camera.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Stop your racing.
Okay, we did not grab 6th place's name here, but yeah, it looked like we had Coleman in 1st, Andy in 2nd, Chad in 3rd.
We're guessing Grant Cooligan, but
Yeah, Grant. I think
correct us if we're
Grant
wrong.
in 4th, and then Josh in 5th.
Josh Ernest, which thank you. Shout out to Jason McGowan. It looks like he said Josh is in 5th as well.
Yeah, and Jason was asking for a start list. I believe that because the race is actively happening, Ultra Sign Up takes that stuff down so that they can upload results. So we do not have a place for you to go find a start list, unfortunately.
And we still haven't gotten an update on the lead women just yet. I imagine that potentially we will move to the men's finish line and then come back to this camera to catch the women's
Yeah,
field.
it's going to be just awkward enough because I think you mentioned that Pima was around this point 33 minutes?
31 minutes.
Oh, 31
actually,
minutes. So
but
maybe we'll catch her before, or
if it truly
what
is
I-
a mile away,
Yeah.
I don't know if it is, because
Well, I guess we kind of know where this is on the map.
Yeah, I guess I can zoom in because it's right before the last dragon's back spine. Okay, we have another zoom in, some other folks coming up here. As you guys can see, it is quite cold out there today. We got some cloud coverage, and the reason why we moved the start time up is for all of the athletes' safety, to avoid anyone getting stuck in some lightning and thunderstorms.
Yeah, I don't know if you would be able to find... Isn't it like right here? It's like these switchbacks here, right?
I think that's too close to the...
Oh, okay. So we've got a few more men coming through this camera. We think we should probably be seeing our top woman at this camera within the next couple minutes. Oh, I think that's...
Oh, that might be Pima.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was 5, 6, 7. Pima, I'm pretty sure, is in the top 10 overall. For the folks out there who don't know Pima, she is from Ecuador, and she is a ripe 12-year-old. Oh, we have a battle up here. But she's 12 years old, and she was 3rd place here last year. I am trying to figure out if anyone... This might be Lauren Kleppen. Let's see if we could see. If anyone knows who this woman is, please let me know.
Show us your bib.
Show us your bib. This is close, folks.
Is that a Sarah name?
Is that Sarah Carter?
I don't think so.
Or Sarah Kushner?
I think that the name was Sarah.
Okay, maybe that is Sarah Kushner. She was 17 at the Broken Arrow 46K this year. If anyone knows who that is or can confirm. I think that's Sarah Kushner.
Cool.
I'm looking at your Instagram right now. It is private, Sarah, but it looks like her.
Yeah, it does. And I think that they are 9th and 10th right now overall.
Nice. That is a great battle. Good job, gentlemen. Hands on knees, power hiking. As we said, a majority of this climb is between 15 and 30%, with a couple of runnable bits in between. This might be the 3rd woman right here.
Maybe.
Wow, I love that battle up front right there between Pima and Sarah.
It'll get real on those final switchbacks. All right, who do we have coming? Now these are 2 more men. So the top 2 women have put themselves solidly in front of 3rd place so far. And
this looks to be Morgan Toohey, local legend. Shout out to Morgan.
And that's Travis Lavin, Reno.
Oh, both
Reno guys.
East Side locals. Perhaps this is the 3rd place woman right here.
All right.
So not far behind.
Let's see that bib. That's Alexandra from Boise.
Nice. So the top 3 runners, we have Ecuador, we have Colorado, we have Idaho. Alexandra was 4th here last year, and she is going full power hike mode. I mean, folks, at this point in the race, they are running at roughly 10,500 feet. Look at her go. Look how much power she's producing.
Yeah, and like we were saying when the men were running through, like, these rocks here are annoyingly tall. So watching the men run through them was impressive, but they are, you know, taller than Danny and I. I pretty much have to hike this section every time I'm here. Yeah,
I would say so too. I would maybe 1 out of the bajillion times I've run it, I've actually been able to run through there.
Yeah.
Oh, in 4th place, another great battle to finish out the podium. So on the men's side, there's a tight battle for 3rd. On the women's side as well, looking to see the name on the bib here. It looks like a C.
It was a short name. Let's see what we...
If anyone knows who 4th place is, and 5th place right here.
Dang.
The women's race is on.
I feel like we should be cutting to the finish here pretty soon.
But we do appreciate seeing the top 5 women. Here
there
we go.
So Coleman has made it to the road section right before the summit.
The road section.
We're going to call it the road section. It is a maintenance
sprinting.
road. He's hauling.
He's sprinting. So right now we're at 34:22. And as a reminder, the record is 33:18. This is an incredible time.
The second fastest time on this course is 35:01.
Wow.
I don't think, I mean, it's hard to tell with this
I
perspective.
think he's going to get it.
You think?
Well, actually, he has to sprint. Do they go to the right or to the left? Okay. This is actually, I think he's going to get it, because if he had to go to the right, then I would say that would be pretty tough. Look at the wind, you guys. He is running into a full-on thunderstorm wind.
Ooh, it's going to be close for this second fastest time. I think he's going to just miss it.
Just miss it. Ah, dang it.
But he's going to get the third fastest time on this course.
Which, that is incredible. I mean, look at these conditions that he is pushing through.
Your winner, Coleman the Kraken.
You're already saying it.
Coleman the Kraken.
Kraken. Don't worry, I'll ask Beyond this if he likes that name. Look at the stoke up there. Oh, Peyton Billow was the woman in the yellow top.
Wow, an absolute dominant performance here by Coleman.
Wow.
He took over that lead probably less than a mile in and just never looked back.
Yes.
So, but we should be seeing our second place and probably third place man coming through fairly soon here.
Definitely. If this truly is Coleman's first year, he is one to watch, folks, for the years to come, because getting an 8th place at this year's Broken Arrow 46K, winning this race, and then what was his other?
He was 4th at the Canyons
50K,
50K, which...
This guy is fast, and he can climb.
Yes. Yes. And he's got those... I thought he had corded headphones in. I was like, he's doing the Ruth Croft.
Oh,
but it's just his... Get that man a jacket. He looks freezing.
Get that man a jacket. I want to see what shoes Coleman is wearing. It's always really fun to see, as these athletes enter the sport, which shoes they decide are best suited for their pursuit of their goals. Because he's got a Hoka hat, a Running Warehouse top, and some Adidas shorts.
Oh. Here comes our second place man.
Looks to be Andy Wacker. Crushing it as well. Helped push the pace in the early parts of the race, true to Andy Wacker style. And at the age of 36 is about to earn a second place here at the Dragon's Back Ascent as the kickoff event of this year's Mammoth Trailfest. So as these gentlemen are making their way up to the top, they would have run from 8,500 feet all the way up to 11,053 feet, the top of Mammoth Mountain, the highest ski resort in California. Wow, the fact that they're running that. Oh, we got some cheers. We got some hype.
We're lifting our hands.
Shout out to the folks in the cheer squad. Tim Tollefson yelling through the blowhorn. Get up there, Andy.
Andy Wacker, our second place man in 37:42-ish.
Incredible. As we say, no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing choices, and all those folks cheering up there. Great clothing choices, bringing the hype of these runners taking on this huge challenge.
Do we know is Andy doing the 23K as well as this week? I would imagine most of these men probably
he signed
are.
up for the 26K as well.
Or, yeah, I keep calling it a 23K. Sorry, it's a 26K. Ooh, Andy's got the homemade bib.
Coleman is actually not signed up for the 26K.
Is this is Chad. So Chad held on to his third place.
I don't think it's just his hair is so wet that it's dark.
Oh, maybe it's not.
It looks like him. Yeah,
that's Chad.
He has his ponytail. Chad Hall, third place. What an incredible podium. A long fight back from injury. Just started racing again not too long ago. But he is taking on the Triple Crown Challenge. So he's starting his weekend off with a strong third place finish,
Good job, man.
rounding out the men's podium here.
Yeah, do not be surprised if you see Chad Hall on all three podiums.
Yes.
If not on the top of at least one. We'll see for the weekend.
Oh, that was a close finish.
And this was, we believe, Grant, right?
Grant Cooligan of Golden, Colorado. Yes.
Grant Cooligan.
It looks like he's wearing some
trail team stuff.
Nike
maybe?
gear, maybe.
Fifth place right here.
And this is Joshua Ernst of Golden, Colorado. Wow, what a finish. We knew it was going to be a tight finish for the podium, but that was freaking close.
We
So we
love it.
have Utah in first, Colorado taking second, third, and fifth, and California rounding out the podium in third. What a great men's race. I think what I love about events like Mammoth Trailfest, Broken Arrow Sky Race, the Rut, is they really put on display how incredibly deep the talent is right now at the front of these races in North America. MK and I have talked about it. It's being that we have so many states. Oh, nice. Sixth place.
Oh, this was the bib we couldn't see.
I want to say...
Yeah, I mean, with more and more like college kids coming out and being like, man, like maybe I don't really want to do roads, track, whatever. I'll try the mountains. It's getting hard to be good at this sport.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It's so awesome.
There's Tim Tollefson with his Swiss cowbell. Tim needs some pants.
He does. Needs another pair. Oh, he's in shorts.
He's in
my
shorts.
gosh. Get that man a pair of pants. All right, folks. So for the podium, it was Coleman Cragen of Perry, Utah, Andy Wacker of Boulder, Colorado, and Chad Hall out sprinting Grant Cooligan and Joshua Ernst for third place from Big Bear, California.
And Coleman just missing the second fastest time, getting the third fastest time on this course behind two very fast Europeans, because Remy Bonnet has the fastest time, Jonas Soldini has the second fastest time, so quite an impressive day. We thought that we might see a little bit faster times, but honestly this wind probably made that last half mile slower and harder than they wanted it to be.
Oh, totally. I can't imagine running. It probably feels quite frigid, almost hurts your skin. Here we go.
Oh, there's our podium
Top
shot. They all
three.
have clothes, thank
They
goodness.
all have clothes. MK is, she's a mom already, She's about to have her baby boy. She's already worried. Yeah, they look quite cold. I like this. The frozen Kraken.
Hopefully they're going to get themselves some donuts.
Yeah,
I feel
the
like
nice-
Dragon's Back always has the Summit donuts.
Oh, totally. And it's so nice for safety that they have changed the finish line to here so they can just run into the lodge there, focus on getting warm, get some water and some food.
Very true. I did not even think about that. So we should see the women coming through relatively soon. Just as a reminder, our course record on this course is 43:53 by Abby Locke in 2024. Last we saw, Pima Franchi was leading, but Sarah was not too far behind her, Sarah Kushner. It looks like Sarah took the lead here.
Did she just rolled some other men as well? Because if she's about to finish sixth place overall, because we've only seen the top 5 men. Oh, there's two men in front of her. So 7. So she's 8th overall. Wow, folks. So this is Sarah Kushner of Denver, Colorado. She was 17th at this year's Broken Arrow 46K, which was a USA team selection race. Incredibly deep. So top 20 there. About to take the overall crown here.
And she is close to this record. So it's 43:10 right now. The record is 43:53.
She's going to get it.
Woo!
She's going to get
Go,
it.
Sarah, go.
Go, Sarah, go. She did win the Pikes Peak Marathon last year as well, an iconic race in Manitou Springs, Colorado. And she was 5th at the 46K in 2024.
Damn. Come on. You got 20 seconds.
Go. All out, all out.
It's gonna be
Oh,
close.
she would have to get on your toes, Sarah. Lean forward, pull those elbows all the way back. She is so close. What is it?
It's 43:53.
Oh my
she's just gonna miss it.
Come on. Ah.
That's okay. Definitely
yeah.
second fastest time on this course. And look at
that
those
weather.
conditions, man.
Look at that weather.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
We'd love to see it. Around 44:05. The second fastest time prior was 45:51. So she crushed it, just missing that course record, though.
Wow. You could see the pain on her face.
Yeah.
She left it all out there.
Sarah Kushner. Oh, Pima's right behind her.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So Pima running 44:27.
Nice. 12-year-old from Ecuador. She was third here last year, so improved by 1 place. I'm going to guess that's maybe her dad or a relative, maybe her coach.
Yeah, I think her dad and coach.
Oh, he looks so happy. I just want to put a sweater on her.
She's so red.
She's so cute. Leaving it all out there.
Yeah, so
12 years
last year
old.
she ran 49:08 on this course.
Wow.
So a 5-minute PR for Pima Franchi.
Oh my gosh.
And a great women's race, pushing each other the whole way up, it seems.
Yeah, they look like they left it all out there. They did.
Our third woman should be coming through here relatively soon.
Yes, look at that hug. We love to see it. This is the best sport. Oh my gosh.
Sarah's
look at
like,
that
congrats,
Sarah,
I gotta go get some clothes.
It's
Bye.
cold outside. There used to be a race here called the Zacamac that I'd run in the winter, and every time I ran it, I was like, I'm never doing this again. And I wonder if Sarah's thinking that. The pain you put yourself in for 45 minutes of climbing is a special kind of pain. So congrats both to first and second place finishers.
All right, is this... No.
This is
Not
Morgan Tui, local legend. Congrats, Morgan.
Probably 10th?
I'm going to say
10th or 11th
yeah.
for Morgan.
And another finisher right there. Good job. Yes, unfortunately, we don't have any live results.
No, those will probably take a bit. But if you're just tuning in for some reason,
we do. Here we go.
We've got Coleman Cragen at 35:08 for our men's winner. Andy Wacker at 37:39. Chad Hall at 38:32. And we have our third woman actually coming up this final pitch right now.
This looks to be Claire Nelson, and she's going to be finishing in the top 15 overall. I thought originally Alexandra, so I think Claire ended up passing Alexandra. How do we say that again? So Shetty and Peyton Billow, but Claire here finishing out the women's podium of the Dragon's Back Ascent 2025. Look at her powering through, finishing in 47:14. I think this is Alexandra.
Yeah.
I think the timer is actually just wrong. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, that's Alexandra.
That's Alexandra. So Alexandra finishing third from Boise, Idaho.
Shichetti. Thank you. Alexandra Shichetti. So she was 4th last year and 3rd this year.
And what did she run last year?
Let's see. She's finished Dragon's Back twice. And last year she ran 54:04. So this is a huge PR.
Wow. So,
oh, sorry, that was in 2023. Last year she ran 51:22, so still 4 minutes faster.
Congrats, Zachary. We'll see what the time ends up being at the top here, looking at the live results. But wow, incredible top 3 finishes on both the men's and women's side. Another finisher.
So on the women's side, our podium was Sarah Kushner from Denver, Colorado, Pima Franchi from Ecuador, and Alexandra Shichetti from Boise, Idaho.
There we go.
Oh.
And that looks to be Peyton. So Peyton Billow, 4th place, not far off. And then 5th
Claire
place.
Nelson.
That is Claire Nelson.
Claire Nelson is from Alaska, but she actually ran for the University of Nevada. I recruited her to run there.
What?
Yeah, she's graduated now.
Look at those Tarek shoes.
In her little gap year, but yeah, all the way from Alaska.
Wow, this women's top 5 race, all of the women that have come across this finish line have looked absolutely wrecked, and we love to see it, leaving it all out there. I feel like the men all just like went for jackets and the women are just gasping for air, and we love that.
Another woman
nice.
here,
Lauren Kleppen.
Oh, yes.
Nice. She's a 2:28 marathoner currently living.
She literally grabbed that.
Yeah, she's like, I'm out.
She said, I'm going to get clothes. We got to get out of here.
This is, I mean, what an incredible sport. I can't remember the last time I saw a track meet in these conditions. So this comes with trail running, folks. These very special mountain conditions that truly push you to your limit. Congrats, Conrad, for just finishing. But we saw an incredible battle on both the men's and the women's side, which is awesome to see. The women were really close.
And here pretty soon, we should be actually getting some summit interviews with Katie Asmuth, another Mammoth local legend. I don't know what time we have those planned for exactly, maybe closer to 9. But make sure you guys stay tuned for those. It is quite cold up top, though, so we'll have to see on that. What are the current winds and gusts? I'm not sure. I wonder if...
I can look.
Oh, you're looking it up? Yeah, I wonder if Mammoth Mountain has that all year round since the ski resort's not open. What a wild day for the hill climb. A lot of big PRs on the women's side for those returning. The men's side right around.
The wind is currently at a nice 24.8 miles per hour. So
I wonder what the gusts are, though, because it looks way worse than that.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't say.
Oh, that's actually the gust, and then the miles per hour is 16.7. But 24 miles per hour, that is pretty rough. Especially because there's no sun. That's so cold. And it's currently 40 degrees Fahrenheit at the top of the summit, but the wind chill is 30 degrees, which is why you see a lot of the athletes coming across the finish line looking quite red. Oh, we got a sprint finish.
I love this.
So it is cold, it is wet. For those just joining, we already have had the top 5 finishers on both the men's and the women's side come through, with Coleman, the Karagan taking the overall win. Oh, here's Katie Asmuth. She pretty soon will be having some podium finisher interviews, giving a nice shaka to the camera. But yeah, Coleman, the Karagan, that's a new name we just came up with. We'll see if it sticks. Andy Wacker getting 2nd place, and Chad Hall 3rd place. 4th place, Grant Cooligan. 5th place, Joshua Ernst. And then on the women's side, Sarah Kushner pushing over the last mile to overtake Pima Franchi. And then 3rd place, Alexandra Shichetti. 4th place, Peyton Billow. And then 5th place, Claire Nelson.
And just a reminder, folks, this is just the beginning of our coverage of Mammoth Trail Fest this weekend. Today is the hill climb. Tomorrow I will be back, I believe, with Rod Farvard for the 50K coverage. And then on Sunday I will be here with either Rod or Katie Asmuth for the 26K coverage. So it's an exciting weekend. This is just the beginning. We've got some athletes running the 10K tonight, which is a fun little event that happens from the village. And we have a kids race. I wish we had that live streamed, but maybe I'll be out there live streaming it on my phone. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the hill climb portion of this weekend, but just the beginning.
Just the beginning of this trail festival here. So again, for those just joining, maybe you have been here, maybe you are watching, maybe you are yearning to be here. This was the Dragon's Back Ascent, the first event of a long and fun filled Mammoth Trail Fest. This event had roughly 330 entrants. The men's and the women's records still stand, but on the men's side, we saw 35:08 for the second fastest time ever, and then Sarah Kushner also just missing the record, running 44:01 with the record still standing at 43:53. They started at 8,500 feet and then went straight up the side of Mammoth Mountain, up a trail we call Dragon's Back here locally. And they are now all finishing at the summit at 11,053 feet. Most of the climb taking between, or the climb percent grade between 12 and 30%, a mix of single track, I would say double track, and pumice and a little bit more hard sand. The conditions were great to start, but as you can see, the storm is really rolling in, which is why they started earlier, to make sure that these athletes finish nice and safe and get back to their loved ones at home. Woo! Another finisher, nice party shirt right there. Oh, there we go. Tim Tollefson yelling through the megaphone at these athletes finishing. And we are currently standing by as another local, Katie Asmith, will be finishing. Oh, we got a GoPro right here. Let's go. And she will be doing some finish line interviews with the top finishers on both sides.
We think it might be a little cold. We hope that we get some top.
Yes, it is a little cold.
Yeah.
So if they do take place, I'm guessing they might happen in the lodge area if we could manage that. But yeah, if you guys haven't met MK and I, we actually have our own podcast called the Sub Hub Podcast, where we cover events like this. This is our first time at the helm of our own live stream weekend of activities and stuff. MK will be doing most of the commentary for all the races, and I'll be doing more of the post-race commentary. Another finisher. And so, yeah, we're just really, really excited to be here. We made our podcast to highlight events like the Mammoth Trail Fest, so this is kind of a dream come true.
Yes, so make sure you guys check out the podcast. We are pretty much anywhere you listen to your podcast. But we love sub-ultra events. We're hoping to, get you guys some exciting stuff this weekend. We have a couple of things to give away, but we can't announce it quite yet. And so stay tuned because, like Danny said, I'll be here all weekend. So
all weekend.
Yes. The pregnant gal is in the studio. Not out on the course.
If you guys periodically see MK disappearing, she is pregnant and her bladder is being pushed upon 24/7. But she is absolutely crushing it with 5 weeks to go until her delivery date.
That's why I've got some good co-hosts this weekend because.
Nope, I couldn't read that. I love seeing these pushes to the finish line. Congrats, Ronald.
The 1K. For those of you just joining, this is the Dragon's Back Hill Climb. It's a 3.1 mile race with just over 2,400 feet of gain. And today it is even more challenging than normal because this weather is ripping.
It is ripping, which is why they moved it up. And just a reminder, folks, the kids run is on Saturday at 10:30 and it is free. So if you happen to be in town and you have a little one, don't forget to sign them up for that. It is a whole lot of fun. And it happens right here in we are in the village. We are not at the summit. Oh, we love that stoke. Look at that jumping up and down.
And Mom's like, no, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Get warm.
I'm cold. Brutal.
Oh man. Do they go on the city trail, the same one as the 10K? Do you know?
I don't
For the
know. I
kids
know
race?
they run through town.
Yeah, they definitely start and finish in the village. I don't know how.
Oh, so they go through the village. And they go on the uptown downtown trail.
Yeah.
Just for a short bit, and they come back to the village. But it is a little 1K loop, and having had watched it the last couple of years, it is just so fun to see kids get exposed to trail running. It is such a fun sport, and as we already see, Pima at 12 years old is already getting second place in this Ascent.
Yes. My coach, Rick Floyd, is running the 50K this weekend. I'm very excited, and I have a feeling his son, Kellen, who is 4, will hopefully be doing the kids' race, too.
Aww.
He did the kids' race at Broken Arrow, so I feel like he's got a double back here, you know?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Congrats, Mike. Leaving it all out there. Good job.
With the poles.
With the pull, with the wizard sticks. Oh, smile and a grimace. That's when you know you're doing it right.
Yes.
It's like, are they in pain or are they really happy? It's both.
Yes.
They are both.
We like to call that type 2 fun.
Type 2 fun.
We're not quite sure how you feel about it.
Yes.
Oh, get it.
Get it, ladies. Jody.
The pure exhaustion at the top. Do we know if we're going to do interviews up top yet? The post show? Okay. It's sounding like, yeah, like we may not get our podium interviews until the post race show preview of the 50K later, because it is, there's Nikki Burma crossing the finish line. But it is very cold up there. I think the athletes are just trying to get off the mountain. So make sure you guys tune in later today. Let me actually double check what time that is for you guys.
12 p.m.
So at 12 p.m., hopefully we will be able to get our podium finishers into the studio along with some post-race recap and preview of the 50K tomorrow.
Yes, no, definitely. So you will be joining back here at Mountain Outpost for that. And yeah, that'll be happening all week. So expect live commentary. And then after each race, there will be a recap of that race and a preview for the next day.
And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for helping us identify people in this wild, wild weather that we've got going on here.
Let's see how many people have finished so far. So we roughly have had about 80 finishers so far, and we had about 332 runners listed on the entry list. So about 1/3 finishers. Oh, another sprint finish. We love to see that.
So I think normally we also do awards up here, but I'm going to imagine that's not happening as well.
Yes. They have awards currently listed as 10 a.m.
Up at the summit. So, I have a feeling if we're not doing interviews, they're probably not doing awards up there either.
Yeah. We are waiting to hear back if they will be doing awards.
I saw some craft shoes just cross the finish line.
Nice. Yes, Trailfest is presented by Kraft. Do you want to tell them about these shoes, MK? Well, I guess they can't see them. But if you see some orange shoes out there.
Yeah, some bright orange craft shoes. Those are the Nordlight Ultra Pro, which is a new... Oh, okay. Yeah, we've got a craft ad. Let's do it. Welcome back, you guys. If you are just joining us, this is the Dragon's Back Ascent, the hill climb for the weekend here at Mammoth Trailfest. We are on day 1. We've got the hill climb today. Tomorrow we have the 50K, and on Sunday the 26K, as well as a 10K tonight and a kids race on Saturday. So lots happening this weekend. The only races that will be covered live will be this race, as well as the 50K and the 26K. I will be here with you guys all weekend. Today I have co-host Danny Moreno, who is a local legend, has run this climb. I don't even know. Could you even count how many times you have done the Dragon's Back Ascent?
Probably if I looked at my Strava.
Yeah.
It's honestly not as many times as one would think with me living here, because it's hard.
And you probably only focus on it like one
Like in the
time a
summer.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like
exactly.
when you're training to go over to Chamonix for OCC or CCC. I know Tim starts his like yearly count of the
He had a
Dragon's
lot
Back.
this year. If you don't follow Tim Tolfson on Strava, I think he got up to like 20, I want to say. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it was quite funny because we never texted each other. But before I broke my toe in July, like clockwork, every Tuesday he was running down and I was running up because I cannot be bothered to wake up early, you guys. But like it was just, and then we'd stop and like talk for a second if I wasn't in an interval, and it was just so funny. I was like, all right, see you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday.
Halfway up the mountain.
Halfway up the mountain. But yes, right now we still have some finishers coming in, which is really exciting. A plethora of different, or variety of different emotions as people have been crossing this finish line, between, grimace and grit, to just looking thankful to be done with this climb.
Yeah, and many of you might be just joining because we did actually move this race up by an hour. There was some concern of lightning. As you guys can see, it is quite gnarly up top. So the race originally was supposed to start at 9, but it starts at 8. Oh, we actually might have the top 3 women getting ready to be interviewed by Katie. But we'll keep you guys updated on that. So our top 3 men were Coleman the Kraken Cragen. He ran the 3rd fastest time on this course today. And then second place was Andy Wacker. 3rd place was Chad Hall, who has, I'm pretty sure, run this race every year since we started in 2022. I say we like I'm a part of the race team, but I have been racing every year except for this year, so I'm gonna take some responsibilities and credit. And then on the women's side, our winner was I keep forgetting Sarah's last name. Sorry, it's
Kushner.
Sarah Kushner, Pima Franchi, and in second, and then Alexandra Schicchetti in 3rd.
Yes, and this is the first event of Mammoth Trailfest. This was the Dragon's Back Ascent / you might see it in some places being called the Hill Climb. The 10K will be later this evening. Tomorrow we will start bright and early for the 50K, and Saturday we also have the kids race at 10:30 a.m. and then Sunday we will finish off the Trailfest weekend with the Rippin' Fast 26K.
And we have a question in the chat about the 200, the Mammoth, but that is actually not happening this weekend. That goes off next week. Not weekend, it's like on Thursday or something, right? So, it starts on 9/26.
So next Friday.
Next Friday.
Because, yes, they are running, embarking, adventuring, trekking, as one might say, 200 miles around the Eastern Sierra. So you can imagine that's going to take longer than a day for most people.
Yeah. Oh, we got a sprint finish here.
Yes, sprint, lean.
Love that.
We love that.
I'm hoping that all of these people have just met on the mountain, these sprint finishers.
Yes, me too. They're like, oh, we've become friends over the last 45 minutes.
But
Now
now I'm
let's
gonna
sprint it
crush
out.
you.
Now I'm going to crush you. And yes, as you guys can see, very inclement weather, very windy, very stormy. Really glad they moved this up. And I, for one, am just really happy to see everyone in their gear, their rain gear. They have their packs, their gloves. They are prepared to take on these conditions. But what's nice about the finish being up here is as soon as they finish, they can get warm. There is a lodge to their right. They can take the gondola down. So Tim Tolvson really doing a great job of making sure that the athletes' safeties come first and that they get home nice and safe to their friends and family.
Yes, as Jennifer Duncan just mentioned in the chat, this is the reason you need to be prepared in the mountains. This weather can pop up at any time. We saw that actually happen this year at Broken Arrow Sky Race it was the 46K, right?
Yeah.
Basically, felt like maybe top 30, top 40 were able to come through, but then out of nowhere, lightning, snow, rain, and they had to evacuate people into any shelter that they could find up top. And they did a great job. They got everyone off the mountain safe, but you never know what's going to happen in these trail races.
Yeah, especially on these really large mountains. As we mentioned, the top of this mountain is 11,053 feet. Oh, she looks so cold. Okay. That is the women's winner, Sarah Kushner. It looks like they're doing a quick podium. Hopefully they can get it done quickly because Sarah looks like she is really, really cold.
Let's see if we can... Oh, they're doing picture.
As someone who has experience... Okay.
Oh my gosh, they're shivering.
It is not fun. And it's not something you want to say you experience more than once, if possible, 0 times. But it is nice for them to celebrate such a huge accomplishment. Here's the women's podium. In the middle, Sarah Kushner. To the left, yes, 12-year-old. We did not stutter. Pima Franchi from Ecuador. And then on the right, Alexandra from Boise, Idaho, who was 4th place last year and moved up a spot to earn her spot on the podium. All right, ladies, get back inside. Get warm.
Yeah, so Pima Franchi, 12 years old, she had an incredible finish at the Broken Arrow Ascent this year as well. She's kind of starting her, Golden Trail campaign, it seems. She went to the Pitts Alpine Glacier race earlier this year and finished 13th. And that's no joke in a Golden Trail field, especially as a 12-year-old.
No joke at all.
All right, we're an hour and 12 minutes into our Dragon's Back Ascent this year. We've got plenty of finishers coming through now. In total, we had 332 people signed up for this event. So that's exciting to see. Do you know how many people we have coming through?
332 entrants.
How many people have finished?
And we have had, wow, y'all are crushing it. 130 finishers so far. Oh, we love that little kick. Look at that energy. Look at that smile. So nearly half of the entrants have finished thus far. Coming back for the photo. We love to see it.
I can understand that. You're gasping for air and you're like, wait, I want something better than what that probably looks like. We love to see everybody crossing the finish line. We've seen several of the Mammoth Trailfest hats. Everybody's out here repping the event.
That's when you know it's a good event. When you feel so passionate about it, you're willing to rep it with the hat you either got yesterday or from one of the previous 3 years. Yes, this is the 4th edition of the Trailfest so far. Hard to believe that an event in it's still what I consider its infancy is just absolutely crushing it on both the domestic and global scale. Being that we're out here in California, for example, look at the women's podium. We have Colorado, Ecuador, and Idaho. And on the men's side, Utah, Colorado, and California. So people are coming from all over to take on this really cool event, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, the Eastern Sierra is such a special place in the world. I mean, I'm sure we feel differently about it than a lot of people because we both live here in the Sierras. But if you can come experience Mammoth, you might as well do it,
100%.
I mean, these people are on top of a dormant volcano right now. That's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
So
Yeah, for those who don't know, Mammoth is actually a young volcano, part of the Long Valley caldera. And it was actually formed by eruptions roughly 60,000, 57,000 years ago. So this whole area, the Long Caldera Valley, is volcanic. So that's why we have a lot of those very scenic hot springs in the area. That's actually due to volcanic activity. And that's actually why you should not go in just public advisory PSA in the hot creek because the temperature of that hot creek can change at any moment to be absolutely boiling. So if you are going to go check out those scenic hot springs, go check out the Whitmore area hot springs instead.
yeah, and the Whitmore hot springs are beautiful too because you're like down in that meadow and like
Yeah.
the view of the Sierras because you're on the other side of the valley is just unreal.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
Man, these people are crushing it.
Absolutely crushing it. As you can see, tough conditions today, but people are still finishing with a huge smile on their face. What a feat and accomplishment to climb over 2,500 feet, 8,500 up to 11,000 feet. And despite seeing these conditions, believe it or not, Mammoth actually enjoys 300 days roughly of sunshine a year, which makes it a very magical place to year. But we are in shoulder season, so you are going to start to get more days like this as winter is approaching.
Yeah, I feel like I live down in, or I guess up in Reno, but Mammoth and Reno are very similar in the sense that like if you get a cloudy day like this, you're like, despair. I haven't seen the sun in a day because we get so
Yeah.
much sunshine, even if it's snowing. It usually the sun will come out later in the afternoon for us. We're quite lucky here. If you guys are just tuning in, we're hoping to get you some podium interviews, but it's cold, so I think they're trying to figure out how to do it not on the summit. Our podium. Oh, Cody Matheson wants to know what is your fastest time up the Dragon's Back ascent?
Oh man, if I'm doing the one that they are doing,
Yeah, because there's two different ones. This is on the Dragon's Back alt, but I think the one that you normally do in training is the other one, right?
what is the challenging route?
That's the same as the alt,
Okay.
I think.
There's just 2 segments for it.
Oh, okay. I think we're
My
getting
time is
interviews here.
44:10. Cody
44:10.
during the Golden Trail World Series race.
Classic.
Classic.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question, Cody Matheson. Yes.
Hey, party people. We are here at the summit.
Do you hear me?
I have first place female, Sarah Kushner. Did I get that right? Sarah, that was absolutely killer. Congratulations. How you feeling?
Yeah, I don't hear her either.
I think we can't hear you. Okay. You know what? This is getting the mic. I can hear my voice, but I can't hear.
Oh, but it looks like, I mean, they're picking up the,
I don't think she. Oh, hey. Can you guys hear me now?
you're getting something?
We're good. Okay, we're gonna go. I don't know if you guys got that initial part. I've got Sarah Kushner with me, first place female, the top of the Dragon's Back Ascent, the summit of Mammoth Mountain. She is shivering, she's freezing, and she's a fighter. Sarah, how are you feeling?
Cold, but happy to be here and really grateful for the opportunity.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your background because you don't put that kind of time, near course record time, on the summit without an incredible running background. What's your background?
Yeah, I'm from Colorado, still in trail racing. Speak multiple times. So the trail running experience, running a broken arrow, things like that. So really
This is your first time ever, Mammoth Mountain. Okay, so would you consider yourself a VK specialist? Okay,
I take a sense.
okay,
Quite so short.
okay. And to be clear, this was more than a VK. This was a 3 mile,
Yeah.
2,400 feet of gain. Tell me about how challenging that course was, or tell me about how it went out there.
It was pretty challenging. Yeah, the really tough out. She was really doing quick and really pushing me. So fun to be out there with yeah, it was too. So yeah, it was really great.
Well, I'll get you out of here because it is very cold and you're shivering. You've got your hand warmers, and Brian Metzler gave your puffy to wear. But congratulations. What are you going to do to celebrate? Let's go. We'll see you at the 50K. Congratulations, sir. Good job. Good job. Wow.
Thank you so much. I'll see you later.
My God, you're amazing. You're doing 50K too.
And we are back. That interview with winner Sarah Kushner of Denver, Colorado, with a local legend Katie Asmuth interviewing her. As you can see, the conditions are quite rough. Another great reason why we started this race earlier. If you're just joining us, this is the Dragon's Back Ascent, the first event of Mammoth Trail Fest, starting the fourth edition of Mammoth Trail Fest. Another finisher finishing there. But yeah, there is a storm rolling in, so the athletes were advised to bring rain jackets, stay warm, and we love seeing that gear on display. But I'm here with MK Sullivan, who's going to be with you all weekend.
All weekend. We've got a 50K tomorrow and a 26K on Sunday that we will be covering for you guys. Tomorrow I will be joined by Rod Farvard. On Sunday I will be joined by either Rod or Katie Asmuth. I'm not totally sure for you guys yet, but it's been fun to be up here with my podcast co-host, Danny Moreno, for today. Danny and I, for those of you who don't know, are the hosts of the SubHub podcast, where we cover everything basically 50K and down. We know that 50K is not a sub-ultra event, but we like to give the 50K some love. I feel like the 50K is starting to get a little bit more love in the main media, but for a while it was kind of the forgotten race, and anything that had 100K as well. So if you guys are interested in learning more about sub-ultra scene in general, just, check out our podcast, the SubHub podcast.
Yes. So yeah, me and MK talk to each other all the time, so this just feels like another day at the mic. But so far we have 181 finishers out of, it looks like 270 runners ended up starting, even though there was a little bit more that were registered. So we are past the halfway point, and we just love seeing the smiles, the hype, the stoke as these runners started from 8,500 feet. Congrats, Elijah, and made their way up to 11,053 feet, the top of Mammoth Mountain, going up the famous and iconic Dragon's Back Ascent.
And if you guys are just tuning in, we saw our men's podium come through about 50 minutes ago at this point. Coleman the Kraken Cragen was our winner. Seemingly his first year in trail running, has had quite the campaign already. He was 4th at the Canyons 50K this year, 8th at the Broken Arrow 46K, which was a USA qualifier. So that both of those races were incredibly stacked. And then he just comes out here and wins the Dragon's Back Ascent against legends Andy Wacker and Chad Hall, who were your 2nd place and 3rd place finishers. And then on the women's side, we had Sarah Kushner, who you guys may have just seen an interview with, unless you are just tuning in. She's from Denver, Colorado, was 17th at the Broken Arrow 46K this year at the USA team qualifier. Pima Franchi, who was our top returner from last year's Dragon's Back, finished 2nd at the age of 12 years old. So you guys heard that correctly. She is 12. She's from Ecuador, and she is just getting started in this trail running scene. And then in 3rd place, Alexandra Schicchetti from Boise, Idaho. I think we're getting another interview. Let's see what we got here.
All right. Beautiful. Can't you see it? There's big mountains right behind us, the whole vista right there. You're welcome. Yeah. Sorry, Tim. This was part of the plan. I thought I was signed up, and I was planning on coming here all year, and finally just realized I wasn't signed up and called in the paper last minute to make sure I could get in.
We're really happy that you came. Tell us about conditions. You know, we've been here before. Tell us about conditions.
Yeah, I mean, the altitude's always hard. It's been windy here before, so the rain just made it more interesting. And honestly, it was pretty fine. I think when you're running, you expect difficult conditions on the mountain, and yeah, it's great weather to be out here, even though it's not great weather. Great day to be out here, even though the weather was rough.
Yeah, I think what we were hearing was that when you post and kind of the Morgan Summit next year, it was like that last minute. Tell us about what that felt like after something you just heard on the time. And the cold helping you.
I was surprised, even though it got worse at the top, is there's so many people cheering. So that was really cool. And that was really inspiring to get up to the top and hear all the people cheer you on.
It was really impressive from all of our perspectives to have everybody fight so hard for these 4 times. Because, I mean, imagine there every day. Tell us about that battle for trying to go second and keep that third place minute. How did you do that?
Yeah, Chad Hall took it up fast. I got second today. Yeah. Chad was third. And not surprised, Chad took it up fast. And then I passed him on this little downhill. And it's a grind. You got to pace yourself over 3 miles. And the guy who won, Coleman, ran a great race. We were running together for a little while. And once he made his move, he was gone. And so I think we all just knew that you had to keep on running as hard as you can. If you took any break, then you would get past. So that was my mentality, was just keep on steady upward and keep going.
Yeah. For a second.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I really appreciate being out here representing your team.
Okay, thanks.
And we are back. That was Andy Wacker, who finished a strong second place this year. And today he ended up running 37:39 for second place, despite these really tough conditions. And as we mentioned, the race did start at 8. As you can see, it is quite windy up there. It says gusts currently on the summit weather of up to 27 miles per hour, and the wind chill is 29.6 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really, really cold. So it is great to see that athletes took the advisory seriously. They're coming in rain jackets, they have their packs, they have pants on, some gloves, and what's really nice about finishing at the summit is they can get into the lodge nice and warm, nice and safe, so everyone goes home safely today.
Yeah, and I know we had a little bit of a hard time hearing Katie, but it was you could hear Andy pretty well, and I'm sure you guys heard him say that even though it got worse up there at the top, there were plenty of people cheering, lots of good vibes, and we love to see that. But that's very, very Mammoth Trail Fest to be out here in some of the worst conditions, but still having plenty of people out there cheering for you.
100%. And as we have mentioned, as of right now, over 200 people have taken on the Dragon's Back Ascent, which is just incredible to see. So roughly 205, maybe make that 206 finishers, which is really cool. And we had roughly 270 participants take to the starting line today. And so, yeah, just huge congrats. This is a really tough climb. Again, this is the first event of 4 this weekend. We are kicking off with the Dragon's Back Ascent. Later this evening, we have the 10K, which is kind of like a night forest party run. Then we have the 50K tomorrow morning with the kids race starting at 10:30, which again, if you have any little ones in the area, ooh, love that. Nice little coordinated group outfit.
That's a Georgia logo. Did
is that
those
what that
people
is?
come all the way out here from Georgia?
That would be really, really, really cool.
We'll have to check that out
But
for you
if
guys.
you have any little ones, the kids race is free, and that is at 10:30 tomorrow, starting in the village. It is a whole lot of fun. And then we will finish off the weekend with the 26K on Sunday.
And lots of the athletes that are running this Dragon's Back today will likely be doing the Mammoth Triple this weekend.
High five.
So finishing all 3 events. I cannot pull up the Mammoth Triple either because it is part of this race. So I can't see how many people are signed up, but I imagine there's probably a decent amount of athletes competing in this Dragon's Back Ascent today that are also competing in the Triple.
100%.
Let's see,
And
Mammoth Triple.
we will be taking this live streaming all the way until roughly 10 a.m. But be sure to join us back in the afternoon, as I will be doing a preview of the 50K tomorrow, and will most likely be joined by the podium finishers of the Dragon's Back Ascent today. We're hoping to get more interviews, but as you can see, it is more important that these athletes get home, get warm, so they aren't shivering out there for hours.
Yeah. It looks like we probably have about 110 people doing the Triple. And what did we say? There were 280 people who started today. So if all of those people on the Mammoth Triple list started today, that's almost half of the Dragon's Back people doing all 3 events.
Wow, that doesn't surprise me, because when I was doing my research for the races coming up, for all the previews, I was baffled and impressed by how many of the top finishers of the 50K last year who are returning did that amongst the Triple.
Yeah. I know, that's always so wild to me.
Well, if you guys haven't met us before, I'm Danny Moreno.
And I'm MK Sullivan. And this is our first time running our own live stream. So Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We've enjoyed it so far.
Be sure to leave a 5-star review on
Yes.
Mountain Outpost, of course. Only 5-star reviews. No, just kidding. We've already said it a couple times, but we'll just say it one more time. We are the co-hosts of the Sub Hub podcast. So if maybe you've heard our voice but never seen our faces, I run for Adidas Terex and MK runs for Craft. MK is also currently pregnant, which maybe you know this great story, but MK earned herself a golden ticket this February at an Air Viper race up at Black Canyon 100K, where she finished third. And little did she know she was pregnant when she got that golden ticket. And she famously was able to pass that to Abby Hall, who ended up winning the race. So just I just feel like that's an iconic moment in our sport, that a woman gets pregnant, the ticket rolls down to then the winner. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think Katie Scheid commented on Abby's, like, winning post or something and was like, I think that MK's baby technically won this race.
Yeah, exactly. But Shen Lin was actually ahead of Abby Hall, so
Yep.
she also got entered. So that's why her ticket then rolled down to Abby Hall.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy setup.
Oh, we got a
circumstances.
5-star review
Oh,
from
thank you.
Amy's TC here. Amy's.
I don't know her. Wink, wink. That's my sister.
Oh, I love that. Hey, Anne-Marie, what's up? Your sister is racing the
50K.
50K tomorrow.
Yeah, 50K tomorrow.
She told me not to talk about her too much, but I'm going to. So
So if you see another Moreno, that is me. If I say Moreno. So yeah, as you guys can see,
it looks like it's getting even crazier up
I
there.
know. It is interesting because I do have the summit stats up right now. And the wind now is saying that it's 28 miles per hour, which just a few minutes ago, it was roughly 24 miles per hour.
So it's picking up.
It's picking up, and the wind chill is at 29.5. We love that, Stoke. Great job.
Yeah, it does seem like, based on this shot, that moving the race up an hour was definitely the move, because it was windy when the first athletes came through about an hour ago, but you can tell by these flags that it is getting worse as time goes on. Do we know it's not supposed to be quite this weathery tomorrow or
No, they
Sunday?
have perfect weather tomorrow. So yeah, this storm is going to roll in fast and then roll out quite fast as well.
Classic Eastern Sierra.
Yes.
We were driving here yesterday with one of the Swedish team members for Craft, and he was like, so if it rains, is it like gonna dump on us? And I was like, no, it'll come in, it'll be a little bit of a sprinkle, it'll be very cold, windy, and then it'll leave. we don't get like big all day European storms here.
Yeah, usually this time of year, no, they'll like blow in, blow out, and then as we get closer to those true winter months, which I'd say historically here in the Eastern Sierra, that's like late November, December, January, February, then that's when, they stick around for a couple of days, which is pretty cool.
I know, this Mammoth Trailfest is kind of like right on the cusp of could be early winter here in Mammoth, but
Yeah.
so far, honestly, 4 years, this is probably the worst day I've seen in the 4 years of Mammoth Trailfest, and this isn't too bad, so.
I would agree. Yeah, it's hard to believe that this is actually a volcano right now.
Yeah. Used to spew lava, now we've got wind and rain at the top. All right, so far we have 223 athletes across this hill climb finish. We had 270 athletes start the race. So we are getting through these athletes. People are crushing this thing. We're an hour and 39 minutes into the race. And just huge shout out to the people that are up here at the finish line, either volunteering.
Aw, look at that. I feel like
or-
that's like a dad and a
Yeah,
daughter.
dad and daughter maybe.
Yeah.
Either volunteering or cheering, because it's brutal out there, and they've been out there for at least the last hour and 40 minutes, if not a little bit longer, waiting for people to get to the top. So thank you guys for supporting these athletes and helping them just have an awesome day.
Yes, no, 100%. I couldn't agree more. Our last finisher, I believe maybe that was Matthew Clark and Madison Clark. with that nice embrace at the end there. So if you are part of the Clark family, Matthew and Madison have appeared to finish and are alive and well.
What a cool family activity to just go suffer on the side of a mountain.
I feel like it's already, I've convinced my family now to do like a turkey trot and like a Christmas Santa 5K or something.
This is the next
level,
step.
yeah.
You're gonna convince them to come out
You
here.
want to run up or hike up a mountain?
I bet my dad would love doing something like this. He just doesn't know it yet.
He just doesn't know it yet.
Like when
you
I
need to tell him.
Well, when I did I raced the Broken Arrow vertical this year, he came out and watched it, and so he hiked the whole thing. I got to convince him to sign up and like do.
Put a bib on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put a
you're
bib
like,
on.
you could have done it with me.
Yeah, probably. He's kicking my butt these days on hikes, so.
I love that. Yeah, your dad is prepping for something, right?
He did his first backpacking, like big backpacking trip maybe 2 weeks ago, and he texted my mom after the first day, because the first day was really big. It was like 15 miles with 6,000 or 7,000 feet of vert or something like that. And he was like, that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
That's
but
awesome.
He did it. So, yeah, my parents are sea level, tried and true from the south, moved up to altitude recently. And now my dad's just like slowly but surely trying to get altitude trained.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
It's good to challenge yourself throughout your life.
Yep. If you guys are just tuning in, we are still watching the hill climb. That person needs a jacket.
He's got one in his hand.
Yes.
He looks stoked. Good job,
Great
Richard.
job, Richard. Hour and 41 minutes up Dragon's Back. We are heading into the end of our portion of the live stream, but...
Oh, this was the little.
Oh, our youngest finisher
It looks like they're
just...
sleeping.
Perfect weather for a
Yeah.
nap and an osprey pack there.
Oh, we love to
Oh.
see that. Great job.
I imagine these people just suffered together.
Yeah. Or maybe they already knew each other.
So unfortunately, I doubt our little has a bib on, but that is our youngest person to cross the finish line there in the pack.
Look at this. This is a good pack of people.
Yeah, that was like 15 people at once. Congrats to all those athletes.
Imagine just your parent taking you up and then later in your life they like show you this crazy footage and you just slept through the whole thing.
Just the noise machine of the wind
That's probably
through
what
the
it is.
mesh. Yeah, because that kid is bundled up. We've got
little
like
toes.
grippy little shoes on, a full puffy down onesie situation. That's awesome. That's goals right there.
That's gold right there.
We have 227 athletes across the finish line at this point. Actually, I think more, because the Clarks are still one of the last people that show up here. And we saw them probably 20 people ago at this point.
That also looks
That's
like
a young little
a young
finisher.
finisher as well. Oh, awake now. Oh.
Prime content.
That's probably the warmest human on the mountain.
Yeah. Look at those little stirrups on that pack. It was so cute. All right, let's see if I can get these results to update. This dude's waiting for somebody to finish. We love it.
We think his name is Richard, right?
I'm not sure.
Hi. You see our faces again.
Hello, guys.
So we are finishing up the live stream for the Dragon's Back Ascent. Broken record, but if you're just joining us, this is the first event of the Mammoth Trailfest 2025 weekend. We are coming back at noon to do a 50K preview and also some interviews with the podium finishers.
Yeah, we're hoping for some podium finisher interviews since we did unfortunately miss a little bit of that at the top. The weather is a little testy at the moment, but we did get to talk, well, Katie Asmuth got to talk to Sarah, our women's winner, and Andy Wacker, our second place men's finisher. So we now have at least 237 people across that finish line at the summit. The summit is just over 11,000 feet, if you guys did not hear us say that earlier. So these people have trekked their way from 8,500 feet all the way up to 11,000 feet. And that is no easy feat on its own. And then you add in this rain, wind, cloud situation. We got some badasses out here.
Super, super badasses. And it appears there's roughly 20 to 30 people out there still taking on this great challenge. Again, 8,500 to 11,053 feet to the top of a freaking volcano. But yeah, we're super, super excited to be here this weekend. MK and I, we host our own podcast, Up Podcast. MK is going to be taking the helm of commentary all weekend with various commentators with her. I am just the first, and then I'll be doing a lot of the race recaps.
Yep, so make sure you guys stick around for all of that. Like Danny said, the next thing we have on the schedule is at noon. So tune back into Mountain Outpost for all of that. And then tomorrow, the 50K live stream will go live at 7:05 a.m. The race starts at 7:30. I wish that these live results had people's ages, because I want to know how old that gal who finished maybe like 2 minutes ago was.
Yeah, I wish it had ages and where they're from. But eventually that'll be available on Ultra Sign Up.
Yeah. 'Cause it's hard to tell who's finishing, because what we're seeing is a little bit lagged to the actual finish itself. Wow. Already 243 people across. We've got a lot of people coming through now.
Yeah, they're absolutely crushing it.
And most of the athletes that are left out on the course have already come through the ridge, which I believe is where we had our static cam-ish earlier. So...
Yes, and if you missed it, the winner of the men's race ended up being Coleman Carragan from Perry, Utah. Second place, Andy Wacker of Boulder, Colorado. Third place, Chad Hall, Big Bear Lake, California. Fourth place, Grant Cooligan of Golden, Colorado. And fifth place, Joshua Ernst of Breckenridge, Colorado.
And then on our women's side here, our winner was Sarah Kushner. She ran 44:01. She just... All right, so Danny and I will be with you guys for like 11 more minutes as we watch these incredible humans summit Mammoth Mountain in the hill climb. So far we have, where'd my line go? 243 athletes across the finish line. We ended up having 270 people start. We're an hour and 49 minutes into the race, and as you guys can see, the wind is ripping. People are trekking up this hill in their rain jackets, their pants, with their wizard sticks in hand, and it's a beautiful day to try hard.
Yes, it's a beautiful day to try hard, and it's really cool. Our last three finishers, all above the age of 50, Congrats to Jason Partridge at the age of 56, Jennifer Haddon, 51, and Lee Penrose. So a lot of people in their 50s. There was a 66-year-old Jane Dealey, and then we had a young Phoenix Marsh at the age of 11. Congrats, Phoenix. That is quite.
Yeah, that might be our youngest finisher, because Pima's 12.
Yes, we can look at that.
Under 20. Let's see how many under 20s we got.
So we have Pima, who was 12, Pierce Bolden, 17, Wyatt Slater, 14. These are all the finishers under the age of 20. Madison Clark, 15, Anna Swisher, 16, Phoenix Marsh. Yeah, so Phoenix is the youngest finisher so far at age 11.
That's awesome. And then another 12-year-old in Evelyn Clark having finished
She's almost finished.
Oh, she's almost finished.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you think that Evelyn is related to Matthew and Madison, who we saw
That would
cross
be
the
really
finish line
cool.
earlier?
Though I would think
They
would
would
wait for her.
her.
They wouldn't leave the 12-year-old
Leave the
out there.
12-year-old behind. Maybe the 12-year-old is with mom or something.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, Scott Sowell, go youth trail runners. We love seeing young guns out in the trail world. If you guys are just joining us because maybe you thought that this race started at 9 instead of 8 o'clock, we did move the start up due to some lightning concerns. We haven't seen any lightning up there. Hopefully we don't, but it is still very cold, very windy, and it continues to get windier and windier. So we are very grateful for race director Tim Tolfson making sure that the safety of the athletes come first. And it was a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit colder, but getting these athletes off the top of the mountain before any crazier weather comes through.
Yes, couldn't agree more. The wind gusts are currently at 25.3 miles per hour. So it's kind of been teetering between 24 and 30 miles per hour. And the wind chill is at 29.5 degrees Fahrenheit. So really happy. Nearly every runner we've seen cross this finish line has a jacket and some pants. We have another finisher right here. So exciting. This looks to be Erica Alvino. Oh, this makes me so happy.
Is this a Mammoth local?
Is that? Oh, it says Anna. It's hard to see.
Maybe Erica.
Oh, that's
finished.
Ann Rogers,
Okay.
actually. But Erica is the wife of a really good friend of mine, John Alvino. So this has been a goal of hers all year after watching her husband race last year or the year before. And so it's just really cool for someone to put such a great goal on their calendar and chase it.
And this is not an easy goal.
No,
just
this is
because
not an
it's
easy goal.
This race is 3.1 miles with 2,500 feet, and while 3.1 miles maybe doesn't sound like too much if you're running on the roads, that's just a 5K. Add in those 2,400 feet and start it at 8,500 feet of elevation, and that gets a lot harder. So, I mean, these humans that we're watching cross this finish line, just big round of applause to everybody out here.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
And if you guys don't know much about the other races that are happening this weekend, both the 50K and the 26K have this Dragon's Back Ascent in the middle of the race. So everybody will be touching the Dragon's Back at some point in their journey this weekend. These athletes just happen to be doing it all in one go, so they get to run it a little bit harder. I have gone up the Dragon's Back Ascent in all 3 races in the past, and it's not any easier if you're just doing it outside of the 26K or the 50K. So
There's a reason I haven't run it as much as people would assume I've run it. It is a tough climb.
I think it was 2 summers ago, my friend Helen and I came to train out here on Dragon's Back, and I had to do, I think, 2 or 3 reps, and Helen had to do 5 because she was training for a longer
CCC.
race, and I was almost in tears after the 3rd rep, and I was like, how is Helen doing this? Got a couple more finishers coming through. Still under the 2-hour mark here for these athletes. We're almost an hour and 55 minutes into the race at this point.
A big embrace there. Oh, that's Erica Alvino, because that's John right there. That's so cool. He's there to give her a big hug at the top.
Goal accomplished.
Goal has been accomplished. So you should be so, so proud, Erica. So it looks like we have a Linda Hall and a Kara Hall. So I'm guessing maybe they are related because it looks like they're running together. Linda Hall at the age of 68 and Kara Hall at the age of 32. If that's a mom and a daughter, this might be them coming up over the hill. What an incredible thing to do with your mom.
Yes,
Aw,
we love this.
look at that.
Just some casual
It's
family
making me
time.
emotional. Aw.
Congrats.
Congrats, ladies. They did it. Oh, and family photo. I'm guessing they're related in some way.
If they're not, that's a crazy coincidence.
That's a crazy coincidence. You find someone. Looks like this might be Morena Malara finishing. We love seeing loved ones embracing. This sport is incredible. We all know how hard these things are.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. Danny and I will only be here for 4 more minutes. I don't know what it looks like when we get shut off, but it's such a cool thing to get to watch people do hard, incredible feats in the mountains, especially on a day like today when many people could look at the weather and be like, absolutely not, I'm not getting out there. But we're still seeing people crushing this hill climb all the way up to the top of Mammoth Mountain at 11,000 feet. I'm MK Sullivan, and this is Danny Moreno. And if you guys didn't already hear it, we'll say it again.
Run it back.
Yeah, we are the hosts of the SubHub podcast, so please go check that out. We cover races like this that are less than marathon distance. We also give some love to the 50K. But, you know, we believe that these sub-ultra events are a great way to get young athletes, old athletes, all the athletes in between, pretty much anybody into the sport, because wrapping your head around a 3.1 mile race instead of a 62 mile race or 100 miles seems less crazy to us, at least. So we're hoping that, you know, we can bring more people into the sport with events like Mammoth Trailfest that offer these, we'll call them quote unquote shorter distances. But yeah, Mammoth Trailfest. We just are finishing the hill climb. We have the 50K tomorrow, the 26K on Sunday, and I will be hanging out with you guys all weekend here in the studio.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Amen.
Amen. How many finishers we got coming through at this point?
14 people left on the course.
At almost 2 hours.
Yep.
We love that. Have all of them come through the ridge? Not quite.
Yes, because these ones, they didn't start. They just are at the start. So 0.
Oh, okay.
So it's really here.
So we've got 4 athletes that we're still waiting to get through the ridge checkpoint, which I don't actually know if that's like, you know, the weather station or where that is, but probably not, because these people came through around 50 minutes.
Yeah, the ridge I would expect is like by the weather station, actually.
I don't know.
Because how would they get a timing map
Anywhere else.
anywhere else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's super low, but even then I don't know how they would get it. It would have to be like
They would need some sort of
200 meters in.
electricity,
Yeah. An hour and 59 minutes into this Dragon's Back ascent. I hope we get to see a couple more people finish before we get cut off here, but it's kind of fun seeing people like pop up out of the cloud here.
I
Like
know.
we have no idea what's happening until people are right there.
Richard May, who is slotted to be finishing next, is 74 years old.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you think that's our oldest finisher?
I can check.
Yeah, let's check.
Oh, Brian Barlett already finished at the age of 77.
Dang, in an hour and 37 minutes. Brian
From Reno.
Bartlett from Reno, Nevada, our oldest finisher. 77 years of age. Congrats, Brian. We got our youngest at 11 and our oldest at 77 here at the Dragon's Back Hill Climb.
Brian was born just after the Second World War.
Damn.
Because I'm pretty sure World War II was 41 to 45.
I'm out here thinking that what you do is impressive, and it's just...
Yeah, it's not. Oh, I'm so good. Well, I'm pretty there. 39 to 45. I knew it ended at 45. Yeah, that's... Brian, you are way more impressive than us.
So yeah, just a reminder, noon today, back on Mountain Outpost, Danny will be doing post-race and pre-race. I might be around too, not totally sure yet. And we're hoping to get some podium interviews as well, since we missed out on the whole podium up top due to weather. But if you guys want to run it back and watch it again, it was a great race on both the men's and the women's side. Thank you guys so much for joining us this morning.
Yep, and I will see you guys back at noon, which is really exciting.